So the mixed team relay, what is it? It's basically a super sprint for each athlete, and it's a mixed team relay, so it goes girl boy in that order, and you tend to try and front load it, so you stay in the race for as long as possible, being able to draft with each other and use the groups to be able to get to the front of the race and be there for as long as possible. In the super sprint format, we had a 300 metre swim, we had a roughly 6k bike, and then a 1400 metre run or so. Really short, sharp racing. It was between 15 and 17 minutes all in all per person. And it's really good fun. It's a dynamic race, and it changes lead, or it didn't in this case, but it changes kind of order all the time, which is great for spectators and really exciting for us as well to be able to be part of, because you're chasing down different people, working with different people that you wouldn't usually, and able to have a bit of more of a dynamic kind of racy scenario. So Cardiff fielded 2 teams, and they were relatively evenly matched, which is great. We both started really well, I think. So Jenny and Tilly started for the girls and put us in really good positions going into the second leg, which was me and Fred. And basically Fred got into the water before me. I overtook him relatively quickly, but then got out and we're onto the bike at roughly the same point, at the same time, and worked together on the bike with a few others. With Loughborough in the lead, I think it was, and maybe one other. I can't remember who else was in the lead with Loughborough. Got onto the run with Fred, and I was hurting and Fred was hurting, but we've spoken about this as well. I didn't realise that I could run that hard. Like, it was a different kind of pain for me, and I wasn't used to it at all, but I kind of stuck with Fred. Like, we trained together, so I stuck with him a fair few times and had to grit and bear it a number of times in training, so I was just like, I'll just do that again here and try and stick with him. I know I should be able to, so I'll just do that. And it was a different level of hurt and pace. And hopefully I can take this forward to next time when I race individually as well, and be like, okay, I know I can push a little bit harder. I know I can go a little bit faster here. It's yet to be seen, don't get me wrong, but it'll be interesting to see whether next time when I go into an individual race, whether or not I'm able to push myself into that zone. Anyway, I handed over to Jazz and Freddie handed over to Ellie, and they again had an absolute belter of a swim bike and held on nicely on the run as well to put us in 4th and 3rd place, I think it was, before Ollie and Dom jumped in the water for their respective races. We managed to stick in that 3rd and 4th position until the bike, and then Ollie and Dom had an absolute storming bike leg to put us in 2nd and 3rd, and then held on really well on the run. I think Ollie had the fastest bike split of the day despite doing it all on his own as an individual time trial, so absolutely smashed it as well. It was really good to see that a lot of the boys from Cardiff had some really strong bike splits, whether it be in the individual or the mixed team relay. Ollie held on for 2nd and Dom held on for 3rd. So we basically stacked out the podium after Loughborough. Loughborough had an absolute stormer of a race. They just walked away with it. Fair play. In fairness, they got 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the individual women's and also won the men's. So it was going to be a tough ask to kind of compete with them. But at the same time, we managed to get the 2nd and 3rd spots on the podium. So it shows a little bit of strength and depth from what we're doing here in Cardiff. Who knows what will happen in the future next year. Hopefully we can be a little bit more competitive with Loughborough, but either way, great day, great couple of days with the individual and the mixed team relay, and yeah, hope to do it again sometime soon and put to test that extra effort that I saw myself put in that mixed team relay on the run.
He's up. Go on, Jimmy! Go on, Jimmy!
I didn't even see it. Where is he?
He's still diving.
That's the way to do it, mate.
He's going to be knackered.
He's like 9 foot tall.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
His long arms. Yeah, nice one.
Well done, Eva.
Well done, Jamie. Go on, Jamie, boy. Don't panic, Jamie.
Where's his helmet?
Well done.
Left.
Jamie, man.
Daniel.
Where's the helmet?
Yes, Jamie, boy. Let's go, son. He's so nicked. He panicked.
It's so funny.
Where's my helmet? Stop panicking.
That was a sick mount, though. Here we go, he's going to absolutely shaft these boys.
It's nothing the oxygen levels you do.
Yeah. We never did this high.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to stay tuned with what we're doing in preparation for the next Mallory, because that's going to be the next race that we've got here in Britain, and hopefully I'll be able to get that top 5, and yeah, there's a lot to work on in between now and then, but hopefully it's possible.
Fred's giving us a bit of a bee sting today.